And welcome back. This is the Rovi Call, Thursdays at 10 p.m. UTC. You got Will and I, man, here from the Block Runner MetaZone and, of course, Rovi's.
Damn, dude. You're fucking energized right now. I can feel it seeping through.
Hype.
I know, dude. Hell yeah. That's the energy we needed.
Yeah, and welcome to the most important discussion in the Rovi era.
I think so. Yeah, we got some very special guests with us, dude.
Yeah.
Some core oracles with us.
Yeah, we got
straight OGs, dude.
We can start bringing them in. We got P-Dub, Patrick, Green Chauffeur, and who else? Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, welcome, guys.
What's up?
What up, guys?
All right,
P-Dub, Green
Glad
Chauffeur,
to be on the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's enough of hearing just us talk, right?
Yeah,
that's
man.
Getting old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we it's too much. Iman and Will talking about the future of the metaverse. That gets boring. Yeah. And we need to dial it back for the community and talk about, I guess, everything that's been happening so far in Rovi's and how it applies to sustainable economics. And the stuff that we talk about, are we actually coming through with it, or is it other changes that need to be made? Things like that. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I guess we should start off just man. I mean, Pito's been around, I think, as long as we have, so he's seen all of Decentraland just like we have. But I'm just curious, I guess, on everyone's, I guess, opinion or thoughts on the state of the metaverse as of today. Where do you hear us talk? I think we're definitely in some sort of technology stage of the metaverse,
and we've got confirmations of that.
Yeah,
through various means, I suppose.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and start. The first time I really dove into the metaverse was Ready Player One. I believe that movie came out in 2019, 2020, and the reaction from the movie from some people were like, "Oh, this is a dumb video game movie," but I saw more into it. And then COVID hits, then 2020, then that's when I'm working from home. I'm on YouTube all day long while I'm working, and I come across you guys' YouTube page, and then I dig deeper into the Discord, and then I'm like, you guys are onto something. So in my opinion, you guys are going to be like the next Blizzard. You guys are going to be multi-billionaires one day. And no one believes. I'm telling you, I knew it from back in 2020, and just after watching Ready Player One, I was like, these guys are like the next big video game company, and I'm happy to be a part of it, the journey, be an advisor to Rovi. I think there's a lot of potential in Rovi. As for the metaverse, I mean, we're in our NES, between NES and Super Nintendo days. Okay, we still have some time to go, but it's a marathon. It's not a sprint when it comes to the metaverse. And once technology gets faster, once everyone's on 5G, because most people right now are in the metaverse, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. That's our metaverse right now. We're just going to transform that into more of a video game type of social media. And over time, it'll make more sense to people. But, we're tracking along. We're taking it one step at a time. I do believe next year is more of a building year. I'm grateful at Rovi. You guys are going to be 2 years ahead. You guys are ahead of everyone else. So I think Rovi is going to get a lot of eyes on it when the metaverse talk starts to increase, especially with Facebook doubling down yesterday on the metaverse. They're losing money, but they're throwing more money at it. So it's not going anywhere.
So for one, I do agree, P-Dub, that we're definitely ahead. And one of the things that the little pitfalls of being ahead is that we got to figure things out on our own, and there's no one to look up to, no one to be the beacon of this tunnel that we're in and trying to figure out like the best sustainability model because no one's figured it out. And then on top of that, we're doing added gymnastics with like distributing the entire game in like an open metaverse. But I think for the most part, I think we're definitely way ahead, and everyone is going to be riding this train pretty soon. And like creating sustainable economics, right? I don't think there's another way to do it. Otherwise, we'd be doing it.
Yeah, or everybody would.
Yeah.
Right. To us, yeah, this makes the most sense, right? There's no other way that we've come across. We've seen every other attempt, and it's so far. I mean, I guess the project with the most semblance of success in the metaverse so far is Decentral Games, for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say that Decentral Games, they show what the potential of Decentraland during the bull market. Slowed down a little bit, but Rovi is the next big thing. Like, as long as it's going to happen eventually. I mean, Rovi may blow up without the bull market. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. I don't think we should wait on the bull market.
Definitely.
Core right now is just programming and creating a game at a high speed of rate. So early next year, whenever coming up or next year, I think we'll be going full steam in Rovi because the Central Games, you're right. They showed, they raised their DAOs like worth 17 million at 1.50 million. And a lot of that was sales through Decentraland. So there is money in Decentraland. You just got to play your cards right.
Yeah. When it comes to building in the bear and like, if there's projects waiting for a bull market to like make things sustainable, I think ultimately that's like a flawed design, like always depending on some bull cycle in order to make it. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't design like your whatever, what you're building for making sure that you capitalize on a bull market. But ultimately, you have to create like a sustainable business model in anything that you do. Otherwise, how are you going to stick around in any situation?
Yeah, I guess that's another good question to ask you guys. Like, as far as your understanding, right? Like, what are the main demographics we should be targeting for Rovies? Like, as far as users, people on Earth, like, should we be mostly appealing towards and designing the ecosystem for the gamer types, more for what I think are going to be the initial rush of metaverse users, are the people looking for economic incentives and opportunities, or is it like another category we're not even considering, like the Web3 degens? Like, what do you guys think? Like,
Green prefer. I know you got some thoughts on that.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Rovi covers a lot. Like, I feel like our target audience isn't just limited to, like, let's say like young adults or like people who are just getting into crypto or people who like need some sort of like passive income to survive. I feel like it's way more vast than that. Like we need like creators. There's room for everybody to like kind of make their space in Rovies, right? So our target audience is quite a lot. It's as long as you have time and or you have some sort of value to add to the ecosystem. There's definitely some sort of value that you can definitely put in, like, and get back from the ecosystem, right? And kind of keep it going. It's like, I feel like even for Decentral Games, the target audience would be like gamblers or like some people that are just trying to like make money, right? I feel like Rovies, it isn't limited to that. There's so much you could do. Like right now, sure, we're rolling out, and there's room for like players to kind of like have incentive, right? But eventually, there, like when everything is rolled out, there's going to be like space for everybody. Like you don't have to like mold yourself into like a role to be able to like participate or like benefit from the ecosystem. I feel like you could just be yourself, and like whatever type of like whatever you bring to the table, 100%. There's some one way or another you can definitely like get value from that. I don't know. That makes sense.
I think you're spot on for sure.
Yeah,
and I think it's favorable, like, to, I guess, design an ecosystem that is that expansive and has that many
For sure.
Remember?
A lot of components, a lot of like demographic components to this, because
Yeah.
Even though like right now you can only like spectate to earn, that's going to be like 10 to 15% of the game at most, and there's going to be people who rather play a game, and so those can go and focus on the PvE or the PvP.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have like different like sort of demographics, if you will, of game types that people want to engage with, right?
Mhm.
Some people want to like get work done and at the same time be spectating,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then the person who wants to like play the game, they rather just like focus on that and wait until the loop count has
Yeah.
high enough so you can actually enter the gameplay
Yeah. Fully immersed in that role,
or
right?
in that
within
role.
the ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly. Roles is exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, and that's, I think, necessary to the big question is finding that golden goose of sustainability in all these different, like, in X to earn type environments.
For sure. Yeah, I was going to add, and one thing is, another role is like a creator for all the stuff that is going to go into the fabricator. Like maybe people they don't necessarily want to play a game or spectate it, but they want to create accessories for the Rowies, right? That's a role, right? And so we got a lot of those, and I think that's what Iman's like hypothesis is about creating an economy is the complexity of it.
Yeah.
The more complex, the better. Complicated is bad.
Yeah,
And I guess in some cases, a lot of what Rovi's is a little bit complicated, but that's because we're trying to optimize a lot of things at the same time.
It seems complicated now just because half of it exists, half of it does not.
That's
right?
true.
That's
true.
where I think the complication, the difficulty of,
especially in understanding like the whole economic system of it, right? If you're only seeing 10% of the pie, you're not going to have a full understanding of the whole economic system that's going to be created.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's another important topic that we need to discuss is like how do you guys see so far? Like I want to hear from Patrick. How far do you see like the economic system playing out in terms of sustainability, as far as you know, right? Because you're not part of like our internal discussions, like literally on a multi-hour basis every single day. So what do you think, Patrick, on like the sustainability so far? What changes do you think we need to make, if any?
In my opinion, things are going good. Developments are great, and I'll let you guys decide what I'm actually bad at this, so I have no idea.
Okay, I asked you
I have no
the
idea.
wrong economic question.
yeah, I mean,
It is economic, would be into economy when I was like
growing up.
I never thought
It's like,
I
dude,
would.
pick your poison. Well, what do you want to go to school to study?
Yeah, it's like not economics. Hell no.
Well, that's the thing. That word economics is such an obscure one. They don't really. I mean, there is like a course, I guess, in high school that they kind of like rush upon it, but
Yeah,
these are the things that are so complicated for a reason.
yeah,
and it discourages people to want to understand, like, how is value created, how
Right.
does value flow throughout ecosystems, and what comes from that,
Yeah.
how to sustain that.
yeah,
Is anything even sustainable? Like we're starting to see,
yeah,
maybe not.
yeah. Maybe
the,
not.
the fiat money system, not a sustainable thing, but
But
nonetheless
very useful.
well, yeah, it was very functional
Yeah.
while it exists,
Yeah.
and then what comes from that is, innovation. In
Yeah.
other words, periods of innovation.
And
right?
now
So,
economics is so interesting to me, dude. It's like
well, yeah.
it's fascinating.
Yeah,
P-Dub or Green
with the game, with so many people around the world that will be playing the game, it'd be, and we're all in different time zones. It would be awesome if the ecosystem, no matter where you live in the world, you can log in anytime to play Rovi to buy and sell or make or earn either just GRZ or selling wearables or having a party. That would be as for the ecosystem just to thrive, that'd be the perfect scenario when I can log in the middle of the night into the Decentraland or Rovi Matrix and do something and see other people doing stuff. That's how word will spread around fast. That's what I hope the ecosystem is like.
Green Chauffeur, any thoughts on sustainability and like anything that you think we need to change or update?
Sure. I would say, how we've talked about just community engagement and like through like I was talking about this earlier in the Discord too. like just having a community gather around and make decisions together. Me and Tranquilo, we were discussing this just randomly, and we're like, we should totally have like something like a Rovi town hall meeting, like every like Saturday or like something like that. Um,
Yeah.
just because for something like Rovi's to be sustainable, we do need like an active, engaging community. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Like besides the players, you actually like just like the actual core community needs to be very like interconnected, and we need to be like like these ideas like will spark like each other's brain as well, and like that's how we come up with like creative ideas. But like even just like taking decisions as a collective, it I feel like you know I think that would help with sustainability, long term.
No, I hear you. I hear you. And I think part of the challenge that we're having right now is since the token isn't on chain, what's the incentive for anybody to like, engage with the content? And that's a valid question. And I think it's part of like trying to build something in with the community and releasing pieces of it. Because if we had, infinite resources, we'd spend all the time like, hiring economists and like hiring all the devs and doing all this stuff and like coming up with like this perfect thesis of a representation of sustainability for the metaverse and then releasing it. And then, but you'd be gambling a lot. So I think this model of building as and releasing as you go is better, but the consequences is it's hard to incentivize anybody to play when pieces are not in place to incentivize, right?
Mhm.
So that's a major challenge, and I want to pose a kind of like a scenario that we're seeing right now is, you know, is Gears being emitted too much in the whole hologram spectating thing? And I would posit that potentially once we release the game completely, the only thing that you would get from spectating to earn is lube, and you need lube to get into the PvE and then the PvP. And so the only way to earn gears is through PvE and PvP, or the fabricator if you have one hosted, of course. So yeah, I guess something to think about in terms of like updating the game design a little bit once the game is fully released. But potentially, hologram meta is going to be issuing only lube.
Mhm.
And
Which
once
is
we have an on-chain token, everything's going to change. We're going to get Discord's going to
Yeah.
get flooded. I mean, it's going to be
Yeah.
just going back to the Central Games days back in November of 2021. Man, that was crazy. So that same thing's going to happen once word gets out that we have an on-chain token. Because a lot of people from the Central Games and Ice Poker, they've heard about Rovi. But once they hear that, oh, I can do the same thing or make a coin
Yeah.
and convert it to my local currency, things will get really wild, especially in our Discord.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Peter, you want to give us sort of like an internal breakdown of what occurred with MetaKey and like the whole airdrop that we did recently? Like how did that transpire?
So, I partnered with you. Well, I was the middle person in communication between MetaKey and then Will and Core to get through an airdrop of Rovies to Keymasters. And Keymasters are like the top echelon of MetaKey holders. We've been there since day one. And people that want to get in get to pay a pretty penny to be a part of it. So it's like that niche club in MetaKey. And so I thought that, why don't we throw an event on my land to get some of the new people that have Rovies, and then just for the delegates that have helped us grow the game and have gone through testing, whether that's Greensifer's Guild or the other D1 Crew Guild with Patrick.
My guild, P-Dub. It's our guild, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, what you say?
It's y'all's guild. Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much just wanted to do something to get people involved. And I said, hey, why don't I just give away a meta key? I have a few of them. And just want to see where that, something that was social, something that went a whole 24 hours. We had the social engagement on Twitter and on Discord. And so I enjoyed it. And I was happy to see that someone just grinded it out all day long for a meta key.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they sold it or if they kept it, but hopefully they kept it.
Hell yeah. No, that was very successful. And what was their take on receiving these assets? Were they in it like were they interested in like delegating those assets to other players, or like did you have to teach them like what the whole thing was about? I mean, like the
Most
individual.
there was a good amount of people who already had Rovies or heard of Rovi. And so I create that Twitter thread. I linked into our Discord. Well, most of the people just delegated it out. I know Christopher. I think you got a few delegates.
I did, yeah. I did.
Yep, yep.
In my opinion, I thought it was super awesome, man. I thought it was ingenious, to be honest. I never saw it coming. But yeah, I like My Lady Wise and Crows. You know, a lot of like the keymasters. They like I reached out to them, and yeah, they were pretty good. And some of them already had Rovies since like OG days. That were just sleeping. They just didn't know what they could do with it, right? So just after talking to them for a little bit, they kind of understood that what was up. It was very similar to ice, and yeah, so they ended up delegating it, and now we have them on all playing. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I got to commend you, Green, for going out and like basically knocking on doors, on waking people up.
I mean, someone has to do it, right?
Right. Yeah. Because you literally went to like the early stages of the launch in October 2021. You looked at all the people commenting on our Discord, and then you hit up every single one, right?
Yeah, and till day I still have people messaging me, and because like basically what I did was like I messaged everyone. I'm like, yo, like, do you still have Rovies? And so like I think like 2 days ago somebody messaged me again, and they're like, yeah, I do. So it's pretty effective, even like long term. I definitely recommend to other people, if you're trying to like reactivate your community, definitely reach out to them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because we still got about, I don't know, roughly 8,000 or so to go in to reactivate sales. And I think we're going to be reactivating once we get challenges and DXP, and then purchasing the glitch egg.
Yeah.
And so after that loop is created, then we can continue selling more Rovies, start onboarding more people. So yeah, that would be the next biggest step. So we do have posts for today. It's going to be the same process as before. You're going to activate a glitch gate, and then go through that little game process. For Neb, make sure you DM Dahlia so that you get a Pope. So yeah, there's that. Let me activate that real quick. Give me a second, guys, and should be ready to go.
Hey, while Will's doing that, curious you guys' opinions and thoughts on Artifact's most recent, drops. I guess
The
the little robots, the little bots.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think of those?
I wanted to win one, but like I was at work, so I couldn't. And now I'm gonna have fun when I get home. So it's kind of sad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
from what I've
lucky
seen-
enough
What happened with,
to
like-
get the suitcase.
Oh,
Yeah.
suitcase.
No,
So
I seen
what's-
I seen them all over Twitter. I really wanted one, but like I was at work, so I couldn't mint it. I think it minted like 6-7 hours ago.
Mhm.
I think that's when they were minting it. I think it's probably minted out by now. They were like minting it in like waves or something.
So it's interesting to see like how they are utilizing them, because
Yeah. How are they utilizing them?
well, they're using it on Cyber, right? Like to where they have pre-programmed positionings to them, because as we know, on Cyber it is a static verse, so
Yeah.
all you could really do is provide some sort of animated GLB type experience for your assets, right? So
Yeah.
I'm wondering why these big brands like an Artifact or whatever, they're not leveraging Decentraland's environment to create something, I don't know, similar to like what we've done with Rovies, right? Something a little more engaging, something a little more exciting.
I think the rollout for something more engaging is more complicated than just like cool looking things.
Oh, of course,
right?
Well, that's that, but I think they also have a personal stake in OnCyber itself. Like,
Yeah.
that's their own.
Yeah. Unless they're
Yeah.
working on some SDK, I mean, it's
Yes.
going to be it's just a gallery metaverse.
Understood.
And
But
maybe they are.
yeah, understood. But my point is, like, when is the market going to demand, I guess, more? I don't know. I guess
After they get exhausted, that's
Yeah.
when.
yeah, I guess I don't know. Since you guys are Rovi members, community members, and artifact appreciators, like, what do you guys think as far as like the difference in? I guess I don't know. Obviously, from like a value perspective, artifact, huge brand, right? They can literally create anything, and it has tremendous perceived value.
Well,
But-
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. But when does utility like factor into the NFT market? I guess.
Yeah, what's going to trigger that?
Yeah,
Man, we think about that all the day, all the time.
I know.
Every day.
yeah. I guess. Do you guys agree with our assumption? Like, whenever the metaverse matures, there's gonna be phases to it, right? We haven't seen even like a single mania yet for the metaverse. All we saw was like a mass awareness event with the whole Facebook pivot to Meta. We haven't seen like the market identify true value in the metaverse yet.
Yeah.
Right. Where there's, in the same way they identified value in NFTs with art, with PFP, stuff like this. Right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you guys predict? Like the actual progression of phases for the metaverse, like maturation? Is it going to be static versus first? That's just what people are going to want. Like the type of content that Artifact's putting out is like, yeah, this thing, has a pose. Like that's what I want.
My opinion with the Artifact is, first of all, they don't have any competition. None.
Yeah.
Adidas is not competition. Puma, Reebok. So I could see them doing this drop thing. And even after today's drop, I've started to research like Supreme and other streetwear brands. They're going to go that route first. They're going to go that streetwear collectible route. And then, which I've already started. And then once they and I don't know if it will exhaust or not yet, Will, because people will still want more. But what at that point does come, then they'll move into more of the metaverse. I think they're putting all the building blocks together to get people prepared for the metaverse. But what they're doing right now, I think it's good for the NFT space because they're backed by Nike. It's not Decentraland, you're right. On Cyber, it's cool. Their new update's cool, but it's static. And maybe that's what it takes to get just that mainstream people that know Nike into the metaverse first. And then once they see that things can move around and they start, researching other metaverses and come across the Decentraland, then I could see Artifact going into the Decentraland route.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Because they were in Decentraland first.
Yes, that's true.
I remember them making shoes in Decentraland, and that's where they came from.
Yeah.
But they decided not to come back. Because I think you're right. I think part of probably like the phase 0 of the metaverse is just getting the masses, I guess,
interested, comfortable in the 3D space.
Well, just the idea of owning like a 3D asset.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't necessarily have to exist anywhere yet. It's just here's this 3D content. There's demand for it. People want it. It's associated to a huge mainstream brand.
Yeah.
That's like the entry level, barrier that needs to be shattered for people to even like consider the metaverse as like a potential, vector of,
I wonder why. I mean, if you're going to create a gallery metaverse, I think Spatial does it right. It's Spatial so far is like the 3D version of Instagram, where you have like your space. You can put up pictures, GIFs, videos, NFTs, 3D models.
Yeah.
And then you go there and then you hang out and you talk. And we spent a lot of time doing that, and it was very successful. Like I can see why people would spend time in Spatial. But any other gallery metaverse where that functionality it does not exist, I don't understand what they're doing. And so it's a little confusing. Now it could be like it's like that for now and they're working on it, but I'm not seeing those elements yet. So I feel like a lot of these gallery metaverses are still missing like the foundational pieces. I mean, even Decentraland, you can't even talk anymore. Be able to. So I don't know what happened with that. All right, for everyone listening, make sure you go into Decentraland anywhere there's a glitch gate. Activate the glitch gate. There's going to be an enemy popping out. And once that enemy pops out, click on the helmet. The helmet looks like, I guess you're going to see it here. Click on that 10 times. It'll drop. And then you should be able to claim a Pope. So
Alan already got his. Very nice. He also thinks Nike will go bankrupt soon.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that. That'd be wild.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would take a lot. I think they have a huge bank account.
Neb says fun is a big incentive. Gameplay narrative too. Yeah, engagement to drive adoption via customization of individual Rovies with accessories will start to create iconic characters and help drive engagement. Totally agree. I mean, we're seeing it with man, I mean just experiencing video games in general. Like the whole customization
Yeah.
aspects are the things I think you identify the most whenever you're participating in
Yeah.
some sort of virtual ecosystem. It's like, man, that is what keeps you coming in every day and trying to progress, right? I just want to be more badass
Yeah.
in the metaverse in general, right? So yeah, unlocking those features for sure is going to help a lot and expand the demographic base for sure. Like not just people trying to try hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dolly has a question. I
Yeah.
want to know what y'all think about challenges and what will make it more engaging. So thoughts on challenges so far? B-Dub?
I think yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
guys know how the ice challenges they change like all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like we could come up with like community made challenges, or like we could just keep brainstorming these ideas, and as long as they're always different, or like sometimes even, I feel like that would be engaging enough.
Okay. So just I guess community influence challenges. I would say, yeah, if you have those ideas, definitely share them in the Discord because obviously only a portion of the game is released and there's like so many things you could do. But and then once we start adding different functionalities, they're going to be added to challenges, and then it'll be kind of more diverse than what they currently are. But Patrick, any thoughts so far on the challenges?
Zach King says it's been a nightmare for him so far.
Yeah, yo,
Great feedback.
my opinion is I think the challenges are too too hard. I think.
Are they too hard?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you're playing at a time where no one's playing, right? Like
Mhm.
where are you gonna find the 40 Robis or something?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I think you should definitely lower the difficulty.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, because I'm looking at it right now. It says the first easy challenge is interact with 45 Rovi. So what that means is, for anyone who doesn't know, is that if you see a Rovi, basically click on it, and that counts as an interaction, and you can kind of see the stats that Rovi has. And then you got to do it 40 more times, or in my case, 45 times. And so I think during the day, I agree with you, Patrick. There are almost no Rovies to find and like click on. But once it gets later on at least our time, they start showing up, and there's a lot of them. But I totally see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty much on what part of the world you're in. Like in
Yeah.
the States, when most of the traffic is there, we're asleep. So
Yeah.
I can see how
That's
that one challenge can be difficult for some people.
Yeah. I saw somebody chime in the Discord yesterday saying it took him 8 hours to complete all the challenges.
Yeah.
So it's definitely way beyond the scope of what we were aiming for. So yeah, like this is why we rolled it out like this, right? Just to really get a good feel before the DXP actually becomes the the earnable.
Yeah, and for Zach King, just one last comment about Zach King. If you continue having problems, make sure you let us know in the Discord, and then we'll be able to track down those bugs,
Yes,
and we'll get
please.
that cleared up.
Absolutely.
All right,
I
Trey.
was
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say basically I kind of like the 42 Rovi thing, or like the 48 Rovi thing, just because
Okay.
it kind of incentivizes like people to, like, even in guild, to like meet up. Like if you actually break it down, 48 would be like what, like 12 teams, or like 10,
Mhm.
10 teams, right?
Yeah.
So you have 10 people that you just see every day, and that would take care of the challenge, right? Like, so you actually like
Yeah.
meet people, you know so I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Patrick probably hates
And
me,
part
but
of
like
but part of this is also like if you can't find any Rovies, like hop into the Discord, ask where everyone's at, and hopefully someone chimes in. It's like most of the Rovies are here. And I don't know, it's sort of a little bit of collaboration. because eventually we might have like raids where we're gonna require a collaboration because there's no way you'll be able to take it down by yourself.
Mm.
So yeah, there's that component of it. Um, there was a question that I saw. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, just everyone make sure you get your popes through the glitch enemy here.
I guess now's a better time than ever. Like now that we could talked about challenges. So yeah, those good suggestions. Yeah, more bugs, report them please, so we can, iron make it perfect
Yep.
system, as close to perfect as possible. But yeah, remember last week we were talking about the
DXP.
DXP.
Yeah.
It's optimal, I guess, usage.
Optimal design.
Yeah, optimal design for DXP.
Yeah. So yeah, here it is again for anyone who's listening for the first time. Only delegates can earn this thing called DXP, and it's a delegate experience points. And so what this does is you need DXP in order to purchase a glitch egg. So if you don't know what that is, I think the glitch egg is gone, but it spawns a glitch. So this enemy, and so you need to have this. You need to be able to earn this glitch in order to play the PVE game. And so once you earn the glitch, you need to delegate that or essentially stake it into a glitch gate, which is this item here.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's delegated, then you can actually get into the PvE element of this game where you're able to earn upgrades for your Rovi and or glitch. And so that's going to be the most important thing. But the whole, I guess, talking point here is that the XP can only be earned by delegates, and then those delegates can decide to purchase the glitch egg, and which is an NFT. You can sell it or you can upgrade it. It's going to be totally up to the delegate. But the most important thing to know here is that that glitch egg is very important to continue the PVE element of the game. So there's heavily incentivized to, add to the game ecosystem.
Yeah, we've gotten feedback, haven't we, from certain people that they don't anticipate like the delegates will be too interested in even acquiring the eggs, right?
Yeah,
that's their assumption or expectation.
Yeah,
maybe it's because they don't understand the actual value implication of acquiring glitches and leveling them up and utilizing them in the PvE ecosystem and generating additional yield through that process, or they don't think the demographic of the delegate player will, I guess, weigh that as enough of a value proposition over the value of just exiting the ecosystem and liquidating their gears tokens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Green Chauffeur or PETA, what are your thoughts? Do you believe the delegates are going to have the right incentive to either purchase the glitch or not? What do you think?
I do, if the glitches look like we've seen, just this cool robot, creature. I think that's enticing them, to use a Rovi to battle a glitch, and then to be able to earn on top of that, and then plus resell on the secondary to where they can see the time I put into this, I can monetize it. Once they see that there's that way of monetizing and they're having fun with it, because over time we can change things up just off of feedback from owners, delegates, to make it just something that's fun and fun to play and something they can spend their time in. So that's what I think. I'm curious to see what Christopher has to say as well.
In my opinion, I think they do have the right incentive. I think like in the beginning, sure, they might not understand like what they're earning towards, and they might seek liquidity for it. And I'm more than happy to provide it. I've already reached out to I've already reached out to my delegates, and like this for everyone also. Like if you are interested in setting up like a monthly thing for glitch eggs, just because you need liquidity or something, hit me up. I'm more than happy to provide. But I think eventually when people they've sold enough, or they feel comfortable, they're going to start and like they're more involved in the ecosystem. They're going to start appreciating the assets and like start keeping them. And then you're going to see like Rovi owners or like non-delegates. They're going to be like, why are they not selling? Like, you know, we were just getting them for cheap right now. Now they don't want to sell it, right?
Yeah, I totally agree with this. Yeah, I always figured that's the beauty of the metaverse and the beauty of Rovi's itself. Like, you know, there's so much potential through just the master asset of a Rovi, and now the glitch itself. Like, that's potentially incentive enough. Like, if we focus on just expanding the product of the ownable master assets, right? The ownership experience of a Rovi or a glitch. That's more than enough motivation for me to participate and, you know, try and increase my presence in this ecosystem.
Well, and not only that, I mean, right now, a lot of the delegates spend their time for a token. I think eventually they'll get the ideas like I can spend my time to gain assets that I can then, you know, stake into a game that will generate while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, that's one value purpose. Like P-Dub said, and, you know, like they're just badass.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Like, it's the coolest thing you can own in the metaverse, in my opinion. And the more we work on it, the more we enable like glitches and Rovies to be able to do, as far as, you know, owning NFTs largely the main, like, I don't know, motivation to become like an NFT degen is just like obviously money for one, but also flexing power, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of clout and flex that comes with owning, you know, Bored Apes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You just slap it on your profile.
That's
like,
also the killer app with Rovi is that when you think of this, the metaverse, everyone's happy and joyful and showing off their art galleries or other wearables, but there's no enemy. There's no bad side to the metaverse. And Rovi will have the glitches, and this would be like the first bad side of the metaverse. You think about it, there's no enemies in the metaverse. There's no one bad.
I disagree, P-Dub. I think we're just misunderstood, dude. They're not the bad guys. They're just misunderstood.
They just look scary.
No, I've been team glitches since day one, dude.
Yeah, I think we definitely want to encourage that, right? Like, have like a, I don't know if anybody ever played World of Warcraft, but it was like the whole 2-faction component to it. That was so powerful. Like, dude, you were like, you pledged allegiance to your faction, like, and you were serious about it. Like, you did not betray, you know.
So was this like manifested through the community, or
no,
like this was built into the game? Okay.
Yeah.
You had
game mechanic.
The first thing you do when you enter that world, it's like, pick your side.
Yeah.
Are you good? Well, that's the thing. According to the lore, they're both like not good or bad. They're both, you know, but still,
they're enemies.
You got to pick your side. Yeah. They're in forever battle.
Yeah, because Meta-Key, we have the Meta Crew, and they're gonna have their own bat side. They haven't announced it yet, but I know Maggie's brought it up to where there's gonna be hopefully an airdrop of the enemy Meta Crew to people that own Meta Crew right now. So the enemy, it feels more of a game when there's an enemy. Totally. That's why I think the metaverse right now doesn't feel as a game, because everyone's like on the same side. No one's fighting against each other, unless you're at the poker table, but it's not really violent, or it's not like Warcraft, like you say. You grew up on Warcraft, or you're playing Super Mario and you have to beat the enemy. That makes it feel like a real, true game.
Yeah. Pretty soon, the metaverse, we're gonna have our own Andrew Tates and Kanye West in there, and they're gonna manifest their own enemy groups and followers. You don't think?
In the metaverse?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, just like personalities that end up getting a bad rap.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
that's gonna be. It's called a digital society.
That's gonna be the metaverse enemy. Like,
just people with like
bad takes,
I guess.
Yeah.
Just non-politically correct positions. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to go to the metaverse for that. You just go to Twitter. You'll find plenty of that. But yeah, I agree with everything you guys are saying. It's reassuring. It feels like we're definitely on the right path, right? Because these are things.
Sure, yeah.
We totally wholeheartedly believe in as well, right? Especially the incentive, right? Because obviously it's that's the biggest, I think, dilemma these play and earn, play to earn ecosystems face is sustainability, right? So I think we have a tremendous like unfair advantage. Just the fact that, you know, Rovies are just so cool.
Yeah.
Glitches are just so cool. You know, like I think that there might be enough. Everybody says, you know, fun is all you need, and you got a sustainable ecosystem.
Maybe cool is part of that.
Cool and fun.
Yeah.
Why not? I think it's pretty cool, man, to like own
Cool
these
and
things.
Metaverse don't go along right now. So if you can put those two together through Rovi, then I think we win.
I totally agree. Yeah. So there's a lot of space pretty much to kind of like, I don't know, have a good first impression on people, especially with the finished product. And yeah, much more intuitive understanding of what it is the ecosystem is about. And
Yeah.
of course, just the allure of owning one of these assets one day is like, that's enough for me, dude. I'm in, you know?
Yeah, Neb is saying, I believe customizing Rovi will start to create iconic characters, legends. I totally agree. I think eventually we're gonna have creators that have like really cool accessories. I mean, we've made some, right? They're cool, but we know that they're not gonna be as cool as something that the community creates.
Oh, no way.
And I know Greenshire has been working hard on that blender, and
Hell
I know
yeah.
Third Eye is gonna chime in with his own take on accessories. So yeah, there's still a lot to be done here, and the best part is that the community can contribute.
Yeah, we know that's important. Like I think those Reddit NFTs, I think they have like their own accessories to them, right?
That's true. They do.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the cool factor of that, right? Is this
that's a whole architecture design.
I know
what they did.
Yeah,
which is really good.
Exactly what we do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys want to see cool? Check this out.
Let's
All
see.
right.
Oh,
where did that hat come from?
Oh, it's because Dahlia went through the
the Halloween
Dapcraft. Yeah, Halloween thing.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, that's a good shot though.
That's a nice hat. Real nice hat.
Dang. Yeah, I remember when we went through the Halloween event in 2020. Yeah, was it 2020 or was it 2019?
Which one?
You ended up getting like a rare 1 of 10.
Oh yeah,
the
diamond skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that thing's worth anything right now. But I always thought it would be.
Nobody knows it exists. That's why
They just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an L1 wearable, right? At some point, Decentraland first needs to explode.
Yeah.
In appreciation and like demand. Then all of a sudden, like the L1s is like, wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history and clout to these wearables, right? And then go back. That's like one of the first wearables ever minted.
That's true. And you got 1 of 10.
Good times, dude. Good times.
Yeah.
Those were some definitely.
I remember during that time, you're like, man, I'm not gonna get it. And I was like, dude, all you gotta do is like jump in and click some stuff and
like
then
some tombstones.
Yeah.
Some dirt piles. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Yeah.
I sure did.
All right. Let's see. What time is it? We got 10 minutes left. Let me activate the giveaway. So everyone jump into our Discord, and this bot will pop. You have a chance to win 1 of 7 NFTs. All right, give me a second here.
So yeah, as you guys know, we're getting closer and closer to the closed loop of DXP and challenges. Once that's completed, we're gonna have to definitely celebrate as a community. It's like, man, that especially on
it's like
foot massage or something, dude. Hand massage, dude. It's like, fuck, dude, take a break for a little bit, and then right on to PvE. Right, so that's gonna refocus us, like as far as like a community, because that's, in my opinion, that's when the fun begins, right? Get the glitches out there. Oh, actually, no, I missed a step. The glitch eggs roll out.
Yeah, the glitch egg, and then staking.
Yes,
and then PvE.
Okay. Yeah, we're getting there, lads. We're getting there.
Yeah, so I think. Oh, by the way, the bot has popped. Go into our Discord, go to the giveaway section, and interact with the little emoji there, and you'll have a chance to win 1 of 7 NFTs. What I was going to say was, I believe we're going to be enabling Rovi purchasing. Was it as soon as we have glitch egg purchasing? I believe that's correct.
Right on.
If that's incorrect, Oscar, go ahead and chime in and shoot that plane down.
All the way down.
Speaking about shooting planes, Iman showed me this badass video of this turret.
Oh yeah, that turret. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've never seen anything like that. It was like,
Yeah, I know. It was something straight out of like StarCraft or something like that.
For real.
It exists.
I mean, it feels like it was shooting these massive like bullets at a tiny.
Yeah. Well, those were tracer rounds, and at night, that's why it looked like
Yeah,
that.
but it was like a giant thing. It was like
Oh, I know.
bigger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are 50 caliber bullets. Those are.
Oh, they were, and
Yeah.
they were shooting a what was it? One of those little planes,
Like a drone.
A drone, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that was, I don't know.
You're really blown away by that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, shit. The
Well, I
problem
mean-
is you're like hyping it up, and like nobody can see
Yeah,
it.
nobody can see it. Yeah, and we don't have it either. But yeah, I think one of the more important aspects of this particular game is definitely getting the glitches. And so once that's available, we're going to enable more Rovi purchasing, and perhaps I want to hear their opinion on the Facebook Metaverse. Dolly wants us to talk about our opinion on the Facebook Horizon Metaverse.
Are we talking about
Horizon?
Or just the overall like meta technologies and what they're trying to enable?
Ivan's been keeping up with like the Facebook stock price like on a daily basis.
Yeah, dude, there's some mass capitulation going on.
Yeah.
And now Amazon's down 20% after hours today. It's like
everything's down like 70%.
Yeah, but Meta has been hit the hardest for sure.
Yeah.
There has been like an overwhelming like attack on the metaverse.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a dirty word right now, dude.
Yeah, just like NFTs, right? The whole Reddit NFT wave.
Yeah, they called it digital collectibles, not NFTs.
Reddit had to hide that dirty word of NFT. Like, you cannot let the consumers know that they're like buying on-chain products, basically.
Yeah.
And they did it perfectly.
Yeah.
They onboarded 3 million users. Everybody downloaded their vault.
It was like, hey,
not a wallet, it's a vault.
Yeah.
Like they mind fucked everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you guys see Facebook taking that same approach as Reddit?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think perhaps the whole blockchain stuff is it is a back-end infrastructure thing, but it's not going to be as front-facing as we are so accustomed to.
Yeah.
And like once we onboard billions of people into crypto, they won't even know like what the hell is happening with like they won't know the difference between one asset versus another.
Yeah.
And that's probably the way to do it. And Facebook is going to do exactly that, as they should.
Yeah, I have a shadow conspiracy theory that Aptos is like an actual like shadow project for Mark Zuckerberg. You know how he was trying to build Libra, and then like he just immediately got like swarmed by like Congress.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just not like part of the project, like at a surface level. But all those are his like ex-employees, like probably like his right-hand henchmen.
Yeah,
like go spin up a blockchain. One day they might leverage Aptos as like for their metaverse.
Yeah,
that's my conspiracy theory. I don't know if it's true or not.
It's quite possible.
It is just kind of weird just to see these guys come out of nowhere raising like $500 million just to spin up something that's already existed for many years, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a little shady to me.
So, but ultimately, what do we think about the metaverse, their metaverse? I mean, with all the assets and value that they have, it's disappointing.
Yeah, you said the thing is like, man, with a budget like that, how could they not have created something just like from a visual or like an aesthetic, I don't know, like a palatable experience? Like why
I don't know.
We're talking billions of dollars. It's probably being allocated across multiple departments, which it is based on their most recent like showcase. They have tons of different technologies like developing.
But Facebook is an interface company. They only work on interfaces. So you would expect their UI and like the world, the interface to be good, but it's not.
Yeah, if you change your name to Meta, you gotta do one thing right. Dude.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird. And then they're working on like really good avatar technology too. And I mean, I can see the billions at least seeping out there.
Yeah, I think they came out with their product too soon. I think a lot of the metaverse, we're not in the product stage yet of the metaverse. That's why. That's why I'm kind of like calling out Artifact, a little bit, as successful and as powerful as they are. Is like, dude, they came out with like a statue that just like kind of like does this and does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks cool. Of course, it's visually appealing and it's something people are definitely gonna want. It's a testament to where we are as
That's
like
a
a
good point.
metaverse industry. Like there's just not enough technology present for it to fully leverage.
That's a good point.
You know, we're
Did
we
you
still got
guys
a
see
lot of
Edward Snowden's tweet today?
no.
No.
He said, "Sure laugh at Zuckerberg's stock crash, but remember that in 5 years he's going to own your eyeballs and pause the ads every time you blink."
That's incredible.
That's awesome. I mean,
This
I believe it.
this is my opportunity of a lifetime. Then
yeah,
catch that falling knife. You heard it here first. Dude.
Yeah.
Edward Snowden. That's cool. You're probably right. I mean, the metaverse, whether or not, it's inevitable. It's coming.
it is. It is.
Yeah, we know that, and obviously, Meta is positioned
Zuckerberg knows that.
better than anybody to
You know what?
capitalize.
As much
yeah.
flack as Zuckerberg gets, he's doing shit right. He's trying to make his products obsolete by out competing himself.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you're gonna end up like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So he's doing it right. As much hate as he gets.
Yeah, and they're getting tons of hate just because I guess I don't know the strategy. Maybe they're just going too ham at it. But like you said, it's either you innovate or you die,
Mhm.
especially
Or
in
you
that, in that
build
world.
the infrastructure, or you get nowhere.
What do you mean?
Like he's building infrastructure for
Yeah,
the metaverse,
I
right?
know.
And so if he's not doing that, nobody else is doing that.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, man.
So it's interesting. I mean,
Dude, I can see Snowden. Dude, he'll have all the freedom that he wants, like traversing the different metaverses.
absolutely.
Come back home.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that day.
But Interpol might be on him.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
dude, that's right. Interpol, dude.
yeah, we just released a video on Interpol entering the metaverse.
Pretty weird, huh?
So if you don't know what Interpol is, it's the International Police Force.
Yeah.
And they've created their own metaverse.
Yeah,
And it looks cool.
to study and understand the metaverse so they could eventually police it, which is
Yeah.
pretty. In my opinion, a green flag. Like that means they see enough potential. And
Sure.
it's an obvious like future consideration to like invest resources and time.
And
You
Bob
know?
popped.
Oh, it's popped. All right, let's see. We got winners here. Congratulations, Pandora, Neb. Dude, you got an accessory. Sybil, Meow got a backpack. Fred Army, Alan Howick, and TNT got Rovi hat wearables.
Congrats.
All right.
Oh yeah. Congrats to all the winners. You guys are freaking amazing.
By the way, next week, I believe on Monday at what is it? 5 p.m. UTC. I'm gonna be doing a little talk on Carl Fravel's land. We're gonna be talking about MetaZone and Rovies.
It's like a festival in Decentraland,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
For businesses. It's like a business conference.
Yeah.
He's the conference guy.
Yeah.
For sure. So definitely tune in for that. I guess we'll probably make an announcement before it goes down. Definitely want to see Will on stage virtually.
Doing his best Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. It's exciting times. Yeah, man. I think a lot of good shit was said during this call, man. Appreciate everybody again, dude. We definitely need to do this more often. I don't like how long has it been since the last time we had like a roundtable?
It's been a while for sure.
Probably like 6-8 months. It's been a minute, dude.
Yeah.
So we need to make this more regular. You guys hold us accountable to that, please, because sometimes it just slips our minds. Like, damn, we need to do these more often.
Yeah.
But once a month. Sounds cool.
At least.
Have a Rovi roundtable.
Yeah, that's what this is, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it. Now, yeah, maybe we need to build a real round table. I don't know.
Yeah, the square table.
Square table.
Yeah. All right. So again, P-Dub, Green Chauffeur, Patrick, thanks for joining us today. We had a good conversation about Rovies every day at 10 p.m. Well, I wouldn't say every day. I mean, every day for us, we were talking about Rovies.
Yeah.
But every Thursday at 10 p.m. UTC, we talk about Rovies publicly. And of course, we have giveaways. We got Popes. And of course, I appreciate everyone showing up. Neb, Trey, Alan, Bitcoin owner. Appreciate you. And of course, we might be back on Monday, 10 p.m. UTC. We'll see. We got a lot of stuff kind of working on. Yeah, I think that's it for us.
I think so. Yeah, definitely keep reporting those bugs, guys. If you come across them while you're completing challenges, we definitely appreciate the feedback of, is it too difficult? Is it just right? make it harder, let us know. And yeah, we're gonna keep making changes to that. As soon as we feel like everything's ironed out and close to as perfect as possible, we're gonna start rolling out the DXP, and then that's when the show really gets started.
Yeah.
Basically. Then soon the glitching, dude, which is what we're all been waiting for. Let's go.
All right, glitching. All right,
Yes.
guys, appreciate you, and we will catch you in the next